question. What do you get when you mix science, explosions, duct tape, and a huge obsession with a crash dummy named Buster? You get one of the most iconic and influential and unexpectedly hilarious science-based shows of all time, in my opinion at least. Some of you may have had Bill Nye the Science Guy, and that's cool, but me personally, I had MythBusters, and yes, I think that makes me better than you. Experimentation. From debunking Hollywood stunts to testing urban legends, MythBusters wasn't just an entertaining show. It was a showcase of building and innovation and testing theories, no matter how silly it was. I mean, it was a phenomenon and an era, and more importantly, it made science and testing science fiction cool. I mean, I still remember the first time I heard about it. So I was in 4th grade, and my teacher had just told the class that, you couldn't fold a piece of paper more than 7 times. I'm not sure how we got on that topic anyway, but it didn't make sense to me. Everyone in class started trying to do it to prove him wrong, and he said he learned about the fact on some show called MythBusters and that we should check it out. They did an experiment with a huge piece of paper like the size of a building to find out if you could really get the paper to fold more than 7 or 8 times. So each time the paper folded, it doubled in thickness, and that's why they say theoretically if you fold a piece of paper 42 times, it'll reach the moon. But that's impossible. That same teacher also taught me how to play chess. Totally irrelevant, but I just wanted to point that out. I had a cool teacher. But the simple paper folding myth, that lit a spark in me and led me down a rabbit hole of discovery on the Discovery Channel. How coincidental. I did check out MythBusters and I loved it, of course. Explosion! Almost forgot. Yeah, the show had a lot of explosions, and I'm more than positive that this kept the ratings up in the later years. But we're not going to talk about that right now. So, what was MythBusters? MythBusters first aired in 2003 on the Discovery Channel, and from the very first episode, it was clear that this wasn't your typical science show. Hosts Adam Savage and Jamie Hyneman were the iconic duo, one full of energy and curiosity, and the other always wearing a beret. Can you guess which one it was? Can you guess which one? Who's who? I bet you're having a hard time figuring out which one's wearing the beret, huh? These two honestly couldn't be any more different. Adam was very enthusiastic and excited with a natural and fairly entertaining on-camera personality. He was definitely like the front man for the show. And Jamie was, on the other hand, a little bit more modest, laid back, and he kind of played the straight man. But apparently behind the scenes, they weren't the best of friends. But hey, I mean, the show must go on. Their differences low-key kind of made the show what it is. Seeing Adam get on Jamie's nerves every episode, and those rare moments when Jamie's smile were priceless. Adam Savage and Jamie Hyneman first crossed paths in 1993 in the San Francisco Bay Area. At the time, Adam was deeply involved in theater, crafting unique props for stage productions, and Jamie, who had heard about Adam's work, sought him out. He was impressed by Adam's creations. Jamie hired him as a model maker at his special effects company, M5 Industries, which is the building where they filmed the MythBusters episodes. This collaboration led them to work together on over 100 commercials and laid the foundation for their future partnership on MythBusters. I mean, their professional relationship was basically just deep mutual respect for each other's skill set despite differing personal dynamics. Adam Savage has even noted that while they weren't friends outside of work, they shared a strong personal bond. I mean, here's another example.
No, I don't think Jamie and I will continue to work together on other projects. Jamie and I don't get along very well. That's not a secret we've held. We didn't realize when we sent our demo reel that we were adhering to the most age-old of performance tropes of the funny man, straight man. The friction between Jamie and I has an integrity to it and a chemistry to it. And we get along well when we build stuff together. And I'm very proud of what we have built together.
You see what I mean? In 2002, a producer named Peter Reese was developing a new television show for Discovery that aimed to test urban legends using the scientific method. How cool, right? He recalled a previous interview with Jamie about a robot that he and Adam had built for a TV show called Robot Wars. So he approached Jamie to host the new show series. And Jamie, feeling that he wasn't best suited to host alone, because like I said, Jamie wasn't too much of a personality. No hate to Jamie. I know if the Jamie stans are out there, please don't attack me. I like Jamie. But Jamie suggested that Adam be a co-host on the show, and that is what led to the launch of MythBusters. Their contrasting personalities, Adam's high energy and Jamie's stoicism became a defining feature of the show. I mean, captivating audiences and contributing to its success. But if we're going to talk about the MythBusters, we have to also talk about the Build Team. The Build Team was an integral part of the show, consisting of Carrie Byron, Tori Belleci, and the late, great Grant, and Mahara. They started as supporting members of the MythBusters, basically just helping them build things. That's what they're called, the build team, for whatever they were testing that episode. Basically, the helpers for Jamie and Adam. As the number of theories and myths grew, the build team started taking on their own myths to bust and quickly became fan favorites. Adam Savage and Jamie Hyneman were the two head MythBusters, but the build team was definitely a great group too, almost integral in the later seasons. I mean, I had so much fun watching them, and they had so many iconic moments on the show, from Tori falling on his bike to this incident with Carrie.
Today, Carrie is sporting a triple D bra size. Is she gonna get bigger tits? We're about to find out.
Anyway, I don't know. Maybe it's because they had all the fun personalities and they actually seemed to get along fairly well with each other, as opposed to Adam and Jamie, where it just seemed like Jamie was getting on Adam's nerves 70% of the time. I don't know what it was. Carrie brought her autistic flair and fearless attitude to experiments. Tori, known for his enthusiasm and willingness to take on any challenge, no matter how risky. And Grant, with his background in robotics and electronics, added the high-tech edge to the team's endeavors. Together, they tackled myths ranging from plausible to downright absurd, like curving a bullet, often involving explosions, crashing cars, shooting guns into ballistics gel, and elaborate setups. Their chemistry and camaraderie added a dynamic layer to the show, complementing Adam and Jamie's more methodical approaches. But MythBusters wasn't just about debunking myths. It was about embracing curiosity and encouraging experimentation and making science accessible and entertaining. No question was too dumb, too small. I mean, it could be as large as even filling up an entire truck with TNT, an entire cement truck with TNT, and watching it explode just because. Also, the show's TNT budget had to be insane. They for sure got their money's worth with those blast shields. The show's unique blend of humor, ingenuity, and scientific inquiry inspired a generation to question the world around them and seek answers through hands-on exploration. They tested everything, from movie stunts to internet rumors to random questions you ask your friends just to argue about them. They even did a whole series on duct tape myths, which were probably some of the most iconic episodes. And when internet videos became more popular online, they appointed themselves to debunk or prove videos that we saw to be true or not, doing the good work. So, could a penny drop from a skyscraper and kill somebody? Is that actually true? Could you make a boat out of duct tape and be able to actually use it? Does cursing actually alleviate pain? I mean, to a kid like me who loved asking what if all the time, this was like watching science meets pure imagination. Every episode followed this amazing rhythm. Pose a question, research it, build something wild, and see if it works. If it did it, no problem. Tweak it, break it, rebuild it. And if that didn't work, explode it, right? That was always their fail-safe. If it didn't work or didn't do what they wanted to do, they would just explode it. And that worked, and I was eating that up. Yeah, they were using the scientific method, but it didn't really feel like school. It kind of felt like play, because it was interesting. Hypothesize, build, test, blow it up, repeat, whatever. And that line, failure is always an option. Man, that meant something to me. It made failing feel less like the end and more like a step forward, right? I didn't know it then, but these episodes were teaching me real skills. I mean, how to experiment, how to troubleshoot, how to keep trying even when something just doesn't work the first or second time. I love this show so much. All right, so now I'm gonna take a look at a really good episode from season 5, episode 10, which is the Ninja Special. And let's sit down and react to this episode and see what the MythBusters had going on, for those who've never seen MythBusters, or those who just maybe want to watch an episode. So let's do that. So even though the show ended in 2016, the impact never really stopped. Adam Savage kept creating and teaching through his YouTube channel, Tested. Jamie, of course, stayed behind the scenes, still inventing cool stuff like always. And so many people like me carried that MythBusters mindset into their lives. I mean, I've met engineers, teachers, makers, and coders, all of us inspired by the idea that even the most random questions deserve to be explored. In a world where information flies around without facts, MythBusters reminded us to test things for ourselves, ask questions, build something, get your hands dirty, and always stay curious. Looking back, MythBusters wasn't just a show, it was a movement, a celebration of curiosity, a tribute to weirdos, the thinkers, and the ones who always asked, what if? live. So here's to Adam, Jamie, Carrie, Tori, and Grant. You didn't just bust myths. You built a generation of thinkers and tinkerers. The difference between screwing around and science is writing it down. That's what Adam always said, and yeah, it's true. Explosion!